Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my Tokyo Game Show 2024 impressions. And there's a lot of interesting stuff here. This seems to be taking on a good kind of E3 replacement at this point. Now, it does focus more on Japanese games and everything like that, but we do get information on other kind of things, but I'm like, ooh, okay. I had heard that Xbox, of course, had done theirs the previous week, but it was running through to the 29th, so I kind of wanted to wait for everything to kind of be done up and see what kind of works out from there. Now, it is good to see that Xbox had such a kind of showcase there, because they have done horrendously with the Japanese market and also with Japanese developers and everything. It just... that sucks, because I'm into the Japanese games. Now, it's good to see them kind of fighting back, but they are fighting back incompetently and are pretty much... It's mainly looking like it would potentially be more advantageous to go mainly on the PC kind of route. Now, that is not to say that anybody else is being, like, that everybody in the room is being smarter than Microsoft. Microsoft and Xbox do not have a clear kind of goal here. I do like what we saw from here and what I was looking at and learning about what they did with their broadcast, but they are still fighting this incompetently. I definitely see them more going the publisher route at a certain kind of thing, at a certain kind of stage, because you look at any other kind of hardware thing, the Surface, the Windows Phone, they fucking HoloLens, Microsoft just has a bad kind of track record, and we'll just have to see how long they continue to make the Xboxes before they essentially just morph them into fucking PCs. Sony's doing the same kind of thing. Like, them without any competition, we've got the fucking PlayStation 5 Pro cracking at, like, pretty much $800 to have the stand and the disk drive. Like, what the fuck? So, Sony's making stupid kind of moves, too. Nintendo, evidently, I don't think had a booth or thing at here, but they just do whatever they kind of want. And PC is not in the greatest kind of space either. I just kind of want to get these thoughts out before we dive into the kind of games and everything. We are going to have to deal with weirdness and everything going on with AI, with GPUs specifically, i.e., frame generation, but also that these card companies are like, we're data center companies, so we're going to have GPUs. They're going to focus more on the money-making kind of things, and we're going to get really weird fucking shit with those kind of things. So just keep an eye out for that. That's the general kind of state. But let's get into what's going on with Xbox. And they had a lot more stuff than I thought they would. Cracking out with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I'm like, okay, I'd look into that. My Hero Academia fucking crossover thing with Overwatch 2. I'm into My Hero Academia. I don't give a crap about Overwatch 2, so, Let's see. Age of Mythology Retold Immortal Pillars announced. The Mist of China with all new Pantheon of Gods, Powers, and more. That's coming to Xbox Game Pass Day 1. I'd look into that to see what's kind of going on with it. That sounds interesting. For some reason, StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2 coming to Game Pass. I mean, that's good. Getting more Blizzard kind of stuff. That is big in the esports around there. Though I would like to also see it available for Steam, because I looked at it and I'm like, I've never really mucked around with StarCraft, but it's like, we'll have to see what kind of works out with that. It will be available to PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate from November 5th. Evidently, we also got more of a trailer for Indie. Let's see. We got super cute Tanuki Pond Summer, which evidently you like bike around four charming and distinct Japanese small towns and deliver packages and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's an interesting little weird kind of one. I'm like, let's see what kind of happens with that. Threads of Time being like another 2D HD RPG thing. I'm like, oh, okay. And I tried to look that up. I'm like, come on. Explore different eras, assemble your party, and restore the ancient order of the Time Knights, which is the official synopsis. From the majestic age of dinosaurs to the distant future teeming with mechanical marvels, every era is packed with adventure and secrets waiting to be unearthed. As you navigate this vast tapestry of history, uncover a sinister plot threatening to unravel the very fabric of time as told through striking anime cutscenes. I'm always looking forward to different kind of RPGs and everything like that. It's like, okay, how do you guys deal with this? What's kind of going on here? We got some more Katamari on Xbox, as from the announcement. Remaster of the classic game, so it's good to see that kind of going on as well. Especially since it was launched for the Nintendo Switch in 2023. Another kind of hero shooter with Fragpunk, it's like, okay. Metaphor, ReFantazio, doing a new shooter kind of trailer and everything. They also dropped a demo, which I did play a little bit of, and I do like that you're able to carry over your save, but I was doing it more to kind of fuck around and understand what's going on with that game. And I liked what I saw so far. I liked how they kind of introduced the world. Of course, since it's an altless game, you kind of have to play through a good kind of, not a good chunk, but you're going to invest a little bit of time to at least get to the kind of battle portions. See, since I've been doing stuff more with gaming on the PC, whenever I do this kind of stuff or purchase any kind of game, I have like certain kind of things that I use to kind of test it. So I go through some cutscenes, I go through some usual kind of dialogue kind of scenes, and want to get to the kind of battles and whatnot. And from what I've played, I'm very interested in this. I'm like, okay, fantasy world, dealing with all this kind of weird shit. Battle system is very kind of reminiscent of Persona. Doesn't seem to be as oppressive as Shin Megami Tensei, because I've tried to get into Shin Megami Tensei, and it just does not jive with me. I'm more into the kind of Persona way of how the action battles and the themes and the stories kind of go. So I'm interested to see if this is able to kind of marry those better for me. Where I'm just like, oh, okay, Shin Megami Tensei, what the fuck? But I've liked what I've seen so far with the demo. I don't know if there's any kind of other platforms that have the demos on it at this point, but if you're interested in it and you've got Steam, there's a demo out. It's kind of beefy. It says 58, but when it did it for me, it was like a 24 gig kind of thing. Fuck around with it, see if you like it, and if you don't, you've got nothing that you got screwed on. So you're just like, okay, you downloaded it and you fucked around with it. Alright. Atelier Yuma gets a deep dive, so it's good to be looking into that and showcasing it at Xbox. An alchemy-themed JRPG around the concept of memory. Atelier Yuma, the alchemist of memories in the envisioned land, sweet Jesus, puts you in the role of new protagonist Yumiya as she confronts her past in this beautiful fantasy adventure. Reads the official synopsis. Enhance your skills, defeat enemies, and explore a vast open world. I'm like, okay, cool. Asaranjang Rumble gets a new trailer. Top-down gameplay and mechanics, including stamina-based combat system and the best survival strategy against disappearing maps. Oh, it's a battle royale. It's not really my kind of thing. Ooh, Bleach Rebirth of Souls gets a new trailer. That's always a good thing to have that kind of pop up for any kind of thing on Xbox. What is this? Customizable robot companion. Player versus environment extraction shooter. No thank you. Cats are coming to Fallout 76. That's the Tokyo Game Show. Focus on the other stuff. Suikoden 1 and 2 Remaster get gameplay comparisons. That's good. Tap that there. I'm looking forward to that since I haven't played those, and I have those on Steam wishlist as well. All you need is help. A Tetris kind of one. Slitherhead. Ooh, Silent Hill creator Kiichiro Toyama spoke during that horror game Slitherhead. It has a possession system which allows you to take control of any human and use them to battle against the grotesque monsters that have infested this city. Opening pre-orders for the standard and deluxe editions, but no other kind of thing. Damn you, IGN. The fuck is this? Starbyte's Taste of Desert. Explore the world, engage in turn-based battles, and chase your destiny in Starbytes. Is a debt collector who must pay off his debts by gathering wreckage, but he has a dream for more and embarks on a journey with friends to achieve it. That sounds kind of cool. Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, sweet god. I'm glad that we're seeing more kind of Square Enix kind of stuff, and I'm definitely looking forward to that on PC. So I'm like, yeah, I haven't played it. And we get Mana games on Xbox, which is always good. Have all different kind of franchises. And Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, which took for fucking ever. So the Mana games are available on Game Pass, but not the Final Fantasy ones. And those seem to be the kind of major, kind of big announcements for Xbox. So I like that they had a majority of like Japanese games and are getting more kind of franchises on Xbox. That needs to happen. So that way that there's more kind of platforms out there, though I'm fine with them kind of getting more into the PC kind of crowd as well, because we do kind of see that kind of shift, specifically with Square Enix kind of porting more kind of stuff with Final Fantasy and other kind of games as well. I looked up Sony's real quick, and evidently that just had the same kind of stuff as that you'd see with Xbox, so not much. Sonic X Generations, so Sega, the fucking Monster Hunter. So not much different kind of things going on there. Let's look here. That's day 3. What was day 1? That doesn't really help. What the fuck? But we also got some interesting, weird kind of Sega ones. Of course, we got the introduction of fucking Like a Dragon pirate fucking Goro Majima kind of shit. I'm like, because I had seen stuff like people talking about it on the internet. It's like, oh, Yakuza's like, fuck it, we're gonna do Black Flag. It's like, Pirate Majima? And the thing is, looks decent enough. I'm even though I have vast issues with the series, I'm looking at it and like, it doesn't surprise me. I'm like, go for it, execute it. Let's see what they fucking do as he like loses his memory and then fucking becomes like a pirate dude. I'm just, yeah, and if anybody to do that, that would probably be the character that would happen in that franchise with that shit. Him or Ichiban. But I'm going, if you make a fun pirate game with your weird Yakuza, like a Dragon World, and it's great, it's fun, go for it. Let's just see the wacky ass shit that can occur. Evidently, Bandai Namco updated some stuff with Dragon Ball Sparkling and Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. Oh yeah, and Metaphor is coming out soon, so like October 11th. So keep an eye on that. Let me see. Yes, sir. What in the fucking holy god? Yeah, alright. October 11th. Jesus, when you get onto someone's website and it's like, every fucking... It used to be easier, man. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm going old man, but like, design fucking philosophy has gone out the goddamn fucking window. Square Enix Romancing Saga and Fantasian Neo Dimension. I'd be interested in just checking out the different kind of stuff. They're definitely coming to PC as well. And I kind of like that. I like seeing that these Japanese franchises are popping up on here. Though I do understand that they have, like certain Japanese companies, like the Judgment series that's connected to the Like a Dragon, they have issues with like modding and whatnot because of how crazy certain people can get with certain kind of mods. So I do like that they're getting over that hesitance and just kind of doing their own kind of stuff. So we can get more games here and play them in crazy ass scenarios. let's see. Fantasia Neo Dimension is out for Steam on December 5th, and Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven, October 24th. So I do like seeing more of those kind of things going on. There's not much for, like, rounding up of Monster Hunter Wilds, February 28th, 2025 for Capcom. Yeah, those seem to be more of the big kind of ones. It seems like Xbox kind of got a good chunk of the shit going on. But if there's other kind of ones that I missed, I kind of wanted to hit most of the kind of, like, bigger kind of ones that were getting more kind of franchises and different kind of consoles and everything, doing kind of more of a multi kind of platform. I do like that Square Enix is attempting to do that. I don't blame them for just pretty much ignoring the Xbox, because that's pretty much Microsoft's whole kind of fucking fault too, because they're like, hey, let's not do good things here, and just fucking not. Their whole strategy's been fucked. But I do like that they are branching out to different kind of places. I do like that Final Fantasy 16 popped off on PC. I do think that Square Enix does have some stupid mismanagement that they have to change, because, I mean, what did they expect Final Fantasy 16 to do with how small of an install base? I mean, I understand that the PlayStation 5's, this generation has been fucked, okay? So, even though we've got, like, millions of units out there, it is fucking unreasonable to think that your franchise is going to be able to draw in a whole hell of a lot of, like, giant ass fucking shit. There's a fucking disconnect between how much was put into the game and how much they thought they were going to be able to get from just making it exclusive on a launch to PlayStation 5. And even though I enjoyed the game, and that game was kind of like, for me, you're not going to get, like, a lot of fucking people to get into it. You have to understand how big of a base you're probably going to have to get onto that. And the thing is, they have to differentiate between those who are pretty much just into probably the turn-based Final Fantasy and the action side of Final Fantasy. I don't mind them experimenting with different kind of ways of playing Final Fantasy. Since I've played through the series, I usually tend to be more towards the turn-based ones myself, because of what you can kind of do and what kind of goes on with the stories. I mean, I enjoyed Final Fantasy 15 with the story and all that, but you can tell that the action system's not the complete forte. Same kind of with Final Fantasy 16. It's serviceable enough, it's fun enough, but you can tell they're trying to go kind of Devil May Cry kind of effect, and that's a different kind of beast of a game, and that's a different kind of fan base that you're going for. Again, you can experiment, but create a kind of subgenre kind of similar to Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. Though, granted, it's interesting that the Persona series, which was the spin-off kind of thing, has kind of eclipsed the Shin Megami Tensei. But you still are able to get Shin Megami Tensei, and those fans and niche are still able to get that and have that kind of fun. I'm not saying to fuck over one or the other, but it's kind of cool to see that we're like, hey, let's put our shit on as many platforms as we can to let that kind of fandom find it. It doesn't matter if you've got a good game. If it's only locked to a certain stupid system that nobody can get or wants, of course it's going to fail. Not because the game sucks, but because you can't get it to your audience. That's like the whole fucking thing. Like, again, Square Enix now being the one that's kind of going as the example of doing Kingdom Hearts and putting certain kind of main games on one console or system, and then certain kind of spin-offs that gives you more lore and information on another system, and sometimes putting it on phones, DSs, 3DSs, PSPs, holy fucking shit, who just, like, I'm not saying to not put it on those things, but just don't put it on those things and be surprised that people are like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Of course you don't, because you have this weird thing or that weird thing that you have to connect to this thing to understand who the fuck Glyphoforp is. I'm not sure if there is a Glyphoforp. I mean, I've played through Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. I kind of played through like one of the DS ones, but kind of just fell off one of it. So, if there is one, holy shit. But I'm just trying to provide an example there. So, I know this kind of went weird, but there's not as much, there's not a lot of people that like have a lot of different kind of things connected together with certain kind of like Tokyo Game Show stuff. So I'll look more into this kind of like next year, because it seemed to have a pretty kind of positive reception, and there's a lot of interesting kind of stuff coming down the pipeline. Let's see. The biggest kind of one for Capcom was Monster Hunter. And we got the Dead Rising. What the fuck? Yeah, just, it seems that everybody's kind of like pared down. I understand that everything that happened with the pandemic has shifted things up. So we're probably going to be getting less and less kind of bigger ones, and they'll try and make those bigger ones have more of a return. But I mainly wanted to do this one because we had the Xbox One kind of explain what's kind of going on there. Seeing that we're seeing more stuff coming onto PC, that we're getting kind of crazier kind of experiments on certain kind of parts, especially with like the Like a Dragon series. It makes me kind of worried, because Sega does stupid fucking shit and doesn't know how to handle certain kind of things. And I understand that Yakuza and Like a Dragon and that studio pretty much knows what is kind of going on, but I don't want them to completely and utterly fuck over the main kind of series and like crunch the people and overwork them to doing all different kind of things that don't really connect that well, and just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. That's my kind of concern, because I like seeing kind of experimentation, but don't fucking kill the goddamn studio to do it. And we're an unfortunate side effect of like VCs investing in different kind of game companies and consolidating kind of shit is they just fucking have to, they don't know how to manage the developers, because like, we'll just have them do all this and we'll get all this money. It's like, that's not how this fucking shit works. Understand what your kind of game vision is. Understand the audience that you're going to go for and your target demographic, and scale it to a level that works for that. And then if it becomes a runaway success, cool. You shouldn't need to have 10 million copies of a game sold to break even. I think that is an unrealistic standard to even attempt to have. If you have done that, you've done fucked something up that I can't even fucking comprehend at this point. Because I don't say that every game has pretty much got a niche. There's only certain kind of franchises that can even try and attempt to pull that kind of money in, because of the kind of cultural cash that they've got in. Your Call of Duties, your Grand Theft Autos and whatnot. Your kind of big one games. So you got to watch out for that. And hopefully we see that they kind of do with it and work with that. Now, the Like a Dragon studio, it does fit within their wheelhouse, where they're like, fuck it, let's do this weird ass shit and see what kind of works. So, okay, go for it. But tell me any kind of ones that I've missed or whatnot, or that you're excited for, that would be interesting to me, or even not interesting to me. Just tell me what you're thinking and whatnot. I'm open to a lot of different kind of games. I usually stick towards certain kind of action ones, your kind of typical JRPGs, either through turn-based or other kind of action kind of systems as well. Anything along that line. Shooters as well. Though granted, there's not many ones that I've dealt with there like that. Japanese shooters. They're usually different kind of ones, mainly that have shooting elements involved, but not FPSs. But I'm any kind of ones. I'm always open to kind of like checking out different kind of things and whatnot, though I'd be sticking mainly to PC, so keep that in mind. But tell me what you guys think. If you like the announcements, if you don't like the announcements, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.